Welcome back to the Faculty Lounge podcast, voted #1 podcast amongst clucks out west in Chicago.
On the west side.
Tone got bit by a cluck, y'all.
Oh,
yeah, man.
Anonymous got bit by a crackhead.
By the
He
dumpster.
got dope fiend mitts right now.
Yo, that's funny.
When I'm not getting stung by bees or bit by crackheads, I'm listening to the Faculty Lounge podcast.
Welcome back.
Welcome
What
back.
it
Welcome
is.
back.
Hey, man, if
Yeah.
y'all listening on YouTube, subscribe.
Like,
Subscribe.
leave a comment,
Yeah.
share with your people.
And if
Turn
you,
on the bell.
and
Get
if you
these
don't know,
notifications.
we are also on Spotify and SoundCloud.
Exactly.
So,
Links will be in the description.
yup,
Make sure y'all click that.
yup.
Check us out on Instagram at The Faculty Lounge. That's DA Faculty Lounge.
D8 Faculty Lounge.
Yeah,
Don't
it
you
is.
sound like a PTA parent?
Yeah. All right, so I want to kick it off by giving a shout out to the Blurred Dot Radio team. Shouts out to Mike. Shouts out to Steve. Shouts out to Kenny and DJ L. Okari. It was supposed to be the whole squad on, but there was other plans in the cards. God had something different. So,
Are we straight?
we're not recording, but that's okay.
Yeah.
Just press play.
So
Let's
I
start
went
off.
in. I went in that dolly. I went in that dolly for the holy moly for the
Dolly.
team. And I must say, man, the way they do things is pretty darn spectacular, man. It was real tight. Whenever they drop the episode, I'm gonna leave a link for everybody. But shouts out to those guys.
Yeah.
And shouts out to our special invited guest in the studio today. We gonna call him Baby Man,
Mr.
Baby
Tater
Man.
Chip.
aka Mr. Tater Chip,
Yeah.
Mr. Tater
aka
Chip.
Mr. Smells Like Butt, aka
Mr. Smells Like Butt.
Mr. Smells Like
He gonna
Butt.
smack you when he hear this.
Does Tater
AKA.
Chip want to say anything?
Hey, Baby Man. Yo.
Tater Chip.
Oh no, he can't hear you. He all in that tablet,
I
man.
feel
Yeah,
it. Tap him on the
yeah.
shoulder.
Yeah, man, you there? You right there?
I mean, I ain't want to disturb him. Say hello to everybody. That's all he got. That's all he got. But yeah. Shouts out to Blurred Dot, man. Y'all can check them out every Sunday. I think they got a Facebook Live that they do. They shoot at 7:30. It's a live radio show. I don't know when they do their post to SoundCloud, but they got a bunch of episodes up now. That's Blurred Dot Radio. Shouts out to the guys, man. Yep.
Yep.
So
I really wanted to be there.
and they got me shit faced after the show for my birthday.
Oh,
Yeah. And they have a sponsorship by Malort. It was this part during the show. It's called the sponsor shot, where we all take a shot of Malort. Oh my God, the flavor.
Yeah, man. I don't even want to talk about it, because I want you to experience it for yourself.
Yeah.
If you have
Yeah.
it.
Oh, speaking of experiences, my copy of Gummo has arrived.
Oh, man.
Yes.
We have to sit down, watch this together. I'm not even going to watch the movie. I'm literally going to be eating popcorn, looking at you watch the movie.
And the camera's gonna be looking at us.
Yeah.
Looking at you, looking at me, watching the movie. Breezy, you coming to do the reaction video? You ever seen Gummo?
Nope.
All right, and you.
All right, you ever seen Belly?
Nope.
Oh, wow.
Man, that's the youth, man.
I'll do it today.
It's the youth.
Where can I watch this?
You can watch Belly on anywhere you can
Netflix?
steal movies.
Yeah.
Watch it on your Fire Stick.
Somebody send me a link.
Yeah. Somebody send Breezy a link for Belly. But
Yeah.
it's a movie that they were watching on Belly.
Yeah.
You ever seen Kids? Okay. So we need to call this the miseducation of Rich Breezy.
Man, trying to.
But yeah, it's
Two cup breezy.
I've heard terrible things. So I'm looking forward to seeing
man.
it. Yeah.
So I was talking to somebody, and they told me about a couple other movies that the guy that did this movie with Larry Clark, whatchamacallit, did. And
Yeah.
they're equally as bad. He got some smoker movies, but then he's got some other movies like
So it's
Gummo.
like disturbing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because Kids was disturbing.
Yeah. But like Kids is like mild sauce.
And
And
that's the
Gummo-
thing. Like, this is like Cause when I saw Kids, I was like, these motherfuckers, cause it's based on the Supreme Crew.
Yeah.
So I'm like, some of this stuff actually happened.
Yeah. With the people in the movie.
Sheesh.
The little ugly black dude.
Rest in peace to
The
Casper.
little ugly black dude,
and
ugly
rest
boy.
in peace to him. Because he was actually on the Supreme skate team.
Right.
You know what
Right.
I'm saying? And he died. Like almost everybody in the movie died.
Yeah. I see, and I didn't know that. That's why you was skateboarding the next Friday.
No. That's Casper, right?
Yeah.
Or Roach. It was Casper.
Yeah, he was Roach.
No, it was Roach. Yeah.
Wasn't he Casper and Kids?
Yeah.
Yeah, same dude.
Yeah, he whatchamacallit. Yeah, Telly and Casper. Yeah.
Right, so that's why he was skating in next Friday.
No, it's the black dude.
Oh, right,
the
right,
black
right.
dude was actually on the Supreme
Right,
skate team.
right. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, that's crazy.
Hell yeah.
But,
But how about
speaking of,
how about you guys, man? What happened this week? Anything good? Anything the lounge members need to know about? The students?
the students.
The students that we got to get back to at some point?
Man, I got bit by this stupid ass bee, man.
You got bit by a bumblebee.
But the
Nigga,
crazy part about it, yeah, it's
It's
coming
wet.
Out. Yeah, it's crazy. It's all coming out.
Hold on,
That's what she said.
But she ain't say ugh. Like, nigga, you need
Heck
to
no.
wrap it up. That's what she said for sure.
What led to this devastating moment? Where was
Man.
you at?
I was at work taking out the garbage.
Better
And the bee,
do it.
Niggas don't get stung by bees at night.
Yeah, it was in the morning time. You know, I was like, man, I should take out the
Wipe
garbage.
his nose.
Where's the
It's on the floor. I got it.
yeah,
I just want to say I sacrificed my do-rag
she
today.
did.
And it's
She
neon
did.
green.
And
Yes.
he's here in preparation to go to his birthday party.
Woo!
Happy
got-
birthday.
Hit the
baby.
applause one time. We need the applause, man. This is getting ridiculous. Can somebody donate a soundboard?
Yo, can we just
Us,
get somebody
please?
in here to do that?
Man,
You know what I'm
We
talking
don't
about?
need a soundboard. We
need
need
a-
a sound guy.
We need a
Yeah.
board op.
yeah,
That's what
a
they call it.
board
We need a
op.
board op.
Yeah.
Shout out to the ops.
Yo,
Speaking of the ops, man,
wait.
you said something else that made me want to. Yeah.
Wait.
Nah, I guess. Nah, y'all keep going.
No, whenever. All right, so whenever I see a bee, I just say,
Yeah.
"Hey, Beyonce." But I've never been stung by a bee, and I feel like it's
One
because
time.
I give a shout out to Beyonce. Maybe you should try that, cause your fucking
Maybe you
arms
should watch
finna fall
Homecoming.
off.
I was gonna say I still didn't do it.
That's what you get.
I went to watch
Cap.
Chapelle this week, but I still
Super
couldn't bring myself to watch
Yeah,
Homecoming.
man.
I can't bring. I'm not a Beyonce fan.
It's not about
right,
that.
It ain't even
It's
about,
about the
guess-
culture.
I guess I'm not a.
You're not a black
Fan of the culture.
Oh.
Mm.
What are you really trying to
This
say,
nigga
Mr.
Dominican
Owens?
anyway.
I guess what I'm saying is, I'm choosing to not watch Homecoming.
Say that.
You know, like it's not like, oh, it's something that I gotta watch because I'm black.
Mhm.
Like
Yeah, facts.
this is just one thing that I choose not to do.
And that's okay. That's
Yeah.
okay. You know, but I just want you to watch it because I want you to see the this, like, you know how Complex Con was the internet in person, right?
Yeah.
Homecoming was like the culture in person.
Now, what culture?
HBCU
College,
culture,
HBCU.
hip hop culture, musical culture, marching band culture,
African.
African culture. Like, it's Jay-Z
Fashion.
was there. It's like everything
Say
everything you
Jay-Z was there.
Sisterhood.
everything you care about was there.
Sisterhood, because Destiny Child showed up.
Yeah.
Man, dream culture. Like,
Yeah.
your ass waking up one day and you going to school,
Like,
and then you get a letter saying you going to perform with Beyonce at Coachella.
Like,
Like,
as a-
dreams
as
come
a-
true.
as a classically trained musician, I know you'll get a kick out of how they incorporated marching band into the
Yeah, you're
Beyonce
gonna go
songs.
crazy.
I do enjoy marching band.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
like the whole, like, it's a sorority vibe, fraternity vibe.
And she was shaking them thighs, man. I'm just
You gonna appreciate like
Maybe
the
watching
color
this would make me
change.
whatchamacallit.
like this is one of the things you could turn the volume down and watch.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
I,
yeah,
I wouldn't
100%.
recommend
Stuff
it, but
like
you
that.
can. Yeah.
100%.
I like stuff like that, man.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's like my dream, is to own like a fashion boutique and always have shit playing in the background with no sound.
With no volume
You
whatsoever.
know, but you walk in like, man, what's that? You know, or you already know what it is. Like, it's the '96 Game 6 of the NBA championships.
Yeah, that's
Like,
that's
and
real though.
you don't need sound for that. because you know Mike finna pull up at that exact second and do that thing.
Speaking of fashion boutique,
Mm-hmm.
WLC, tomorrow is my 2-year fashion release anniversary, my 2-year clothing.
All
drop
right.
anniversary,
West
so that's
Lennon
pretty lit.
Cobain. Shout your line out on Insta.
West Lennon Cobain. Follow me on Instagram. West Lennon Cobain. It's also my dad's birthday. That's why I dropped it on the 23rd.
Shouts out to the chicken stew god.
Shout out
Chicken stew guy.
to Emmanuel
Stew
Boateng,
chicken.
Papa,
For y'all.
my daddy.
Yeah.
So it's lit. Expect new merch in October. And we rolling out. We trying to make it to the All-Star game for sure though.
Yeah.
We dressed in the NBA. WNBA season for Chicago just ended.
Oh yeah, right.
We got robbed for sure though.
Right, you was telling me about it.
Robbed. Like,
So Chicago got kicked out.
man, the refs. First of all, like one and done eliminations in the WNBA is absurd.
One and done?
One and
That's
done.
It's like college.
It's
Damn.
it's like March Madness.
Yeah, it's like March Madness.
It's terrible.
But this is supposed to be professional though.
And then like the refs choose not to review the cameras. That's upsetting. Like they should have reviewed the cameras in the last Chicago Sky elimination game. So
And I think it's
just
strange
wild.
because the WNBA gets the majority of their funding from the NBA.
So my thing is,
Yeah.
why is that the case? And how do NBA players fly? Do they fly private or they fly public?
They got private.
They have
like,
private jets.
Yeah.
So that being the case,
Mm-hmm.
because I knew the answer already. Why don't the Bulls just give the Chicago Sky their jet? Why don't like all the other states
Right,
that have male teams?
because the seasons don't run concurrent at all.
Exactly. So why
So-
don't you give them your jets? Why is it that like in the past couple years, like WNBA teams have had to cancel and forfeit games because they spending 14 hours at airports?
Oh wow.
Waiting for Southwest
Waiting.
flights.
Man, waiting on flights that get canceled, waiting on flights that's getting delayed, waiting on overlays.
So
like
you
we taking
telling
2
me
flights
Candace
to get to
Parker is waiting on United? to
Bruh,
get on
let
the
me
plane?
tell you, it's wild. And I feel like if that's the case, like why don't the Clippers give the Sparks their jet?
Maybe they don't. Maybe the Sparks don't make enough money
To pay for the
So
gas.
that's what
Yeah.
that's what everybody
Mhm.
says, but I feel like
And at the same time, though, like, although the WNBA as a whole gets most of its funding from the NBA as a whole,
Uh-huh.
I just found out, I was doing my Googles, and I just found out that Kevin Hart is part owner of the 76ers. Like, and, like, these teams are owned, each individual team has a group of owners.
yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
like, I just got to pay. It's like a condo. It's like
Mhm.
a condo fee. I got to pay my condo fees to live in this building.
Right.
So, if this building wants to give that building, solar panels, that's on the building. That's not. I just pay my dues, and I'm the owner of this condo
Yeah.
Right.
in the building. It's not like I'm the landlord, the whole owner. You know what I'm saying? So, like,
Yeah.
that's why you probably won't see the LA Lakers and the Clippers give, like, the Lakers and the Clippers together give the Sparks their.
But even
know what
their
I-
checks
you know,
are sad.
you know what I-
Natalie Ochanwa.
You know why I think it's like that? Because it ain't enough dunks.
No, I don't think it's even that. Natalie Ochanwa, let me tell you something. How much you think a teacher makes, right?
A teacher makes about 45.
Natalie Ochanwa, a professional basketball player, a WNBA player.
Mm-hmm.
This lady makes per season $11,000.
Well, I mean, the NBA didn't
Why?
start that way. I mean, they weren't getting.
Because that's the WNBA.
Yeah, they weren't getting. I mean, the WNBA is relatively young when compared to the NBA.
Hell no.
When compared
That's
to
still
the NBA,
unacceptable.
We're not
Because
gonna
guess
compare it
what
to the
for
NBA.
women? Guess what
We
for
gonna
women?
compare it to the MLS.
Major League Soccer.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because
Women still have to go to school. Women have to finish all 4 years of college
Mm-hmm.
to enter the WNBA.
Really? Is that a fact? That's crazy.
Is that true?
Unless they
Right.
change the rules in the
wait,
last
wait,
couple
hold
of
on.
years.
Wait. Clarify for us in the audience. Is that a fact? Because if that's a fact, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Like,
That'd
you
be-
don't have to go to
that'd be
4
wild.
years of college to do anything.
Yeah. You don't have to be
Except
a cop.
be a doctor
Well,
or some
yeah,
shit.
but that's not
Yo,
even.
if
that's
the
out of
rules have
question.
changed in
Yeah,
the
with
last couple of
12
years,
college,
then sure. But honestly, like that that was the.
So every player.
So
in
while
the
LeBron
NBA
was
has
being
a
picked up
bachelor's
in
degree.
high school, while
Kobe and
Kobe and all them was being picked up in high school, like
KG.
women still had to.
And
like,
they talking
finish.
about abolishing the one and done rule for the NBA.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
they
That's
brought
ridiculous.
it back
Mm-hmm.
because it was some dumbass high school kids out there just
Look,
doing.
I mean, an organization shouldn't have the right to tell you whether or not you can be a dumbass. It's a business.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck? For what?
I mean, America's a big business.
Oh, speaking of, while we talking about basketball, did y'all see LeBron is really excited right now because they're getting ready to pass the law where NCAA players can get paid for their likeness being used.
I was going to say.
Not Taco Tuesday.
Mandatory Taco Tuesday.
Mandatory Taco Tuesday.
Mandatory federal Taco Tuesday.
Yeah, that'd be dumb lit.
But yeah. Now, so if it passes, I don't know if it's passed as of now, but if it does, players can sell their own jerseys, like their game jerseys.
Oh,
They can sell their game shoes. Like they can make money off their likeness.
wow.
The same way the
'Cause some
NCAA
kids
does.
never make it to the league.
And that's yeah. But that's another story. I just wanted to, since we never talked about it. That's
Yeah.
good.
That's actually dope. Like
Yeah.
that. So it's all about the hustle.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like at that point, it's like you're all on the team.
Mm-hmm.
You all play together.
But you got to make the
which
most of
one
your.
of y'all is gonna sell the most shirts with your faces on it.
Mhm.
You
Right.
know? Like,
So-
and
so-
that's on you.
So Breezy, let me ask
I
you
didn't
a
go
question.
deep into research. I didn't reputable whatever.
Let me ask you a question.
Yeah. No, most
So-
women
Look.
enter a 4-year college.
So as a women's basketball aficionado, I'm not even gonna say women's. As a basketball aficionado,
Mhm.
I would like to ask you,
More alcohol.
Yeah.
as being a woman playing sports in
Yes.
America, I can't think of any sport that I'm a fan of but beyond tennis, where it's like the women are making bank, right? What do you
Racing.
Because it's like, all right, I've watched college women's softball, I've watched the WNBA. These
Yeah.
are all exciting sports to watch.
Yeah.
The only sport I watch outside of like the major sports, I would have to say, is like volleyball. Like
Yeah,
when
beach volleyball is
comes
amazing.
on, I don't change the channel.
That's me.
You know?
So my question is, why do you think there's a wage disparity? Because I look at the NBA, right? They got
So a
the
lot of people are
collective
just
bargaining
saying, like,
agreement,
it's
right?
like- so I think the excuse, not like I feel the excuse is, well,
I mean,
not a
because
lot
as
of
far
people-
as,
not a lot of people tune in, or not a lot of people whatever.
but how many
I feel like when
WNBA
it's all
games
said
are
and
broadcast though? How many games get broadcast from the whole season? First of all, how long is a WNBA season? How many games?
done, maybe 30.
Now, how many of those games are broadcast?
Not enough.
See, and
Go back over there.
But who does it come down to?
mm-hmm.
How do you
But I mean,
get people to pay attention to what you care about?
Yeah.
You push it, right? How do we get people to like watch our videos?
Yeah.
We post them everywhere.
Hey, shouts
and
out
we
to
advertise.
everybody.
What does the how often do y'all advertise the WNBA? How can y'all make the WNBA better? We can't be like, oh, we just have a league and we gonna let the women do the work.
See, it's
Yeah.
weird because when
We as a league
it's
have
an
to start.
automatic assumption in my mind
So you plug it in.
that if you're a fan of the WNBA, or if the WNBA is going to be popular, you have to be a woman. Like, that's weird.
No.
Like, no.
I get that.
Let me explain for Anonymous. I'm saying that when you say the WNBA and generating revenue, I think in my mind, which is wrong, but the first thought that pops into my head is how many women are actually fans of the WNBA, which is wrong. That's not the right way of thinking because
Yeah.
it's a sport
'Cause, I
like
mean,
any other sport.
I mean, when I see WNBA games on my Instagram feed,
Mhm.
it's usually guys that are going to the game.
Yeah.
Like Shaka.
Like
Shaka,
Darrell Will. He got
yeah.
season tickets.
Yeah. And Shaka is a very big Sky fan.
Mhm.
Like, he goes to a game a year, you know?
I get
You
that.
know? Like, I don't think it's, but yeah, I mean, I feel like maybe women aren't, on the basketball like the men are,
I feel
as
like we
fans,
are, and we can
you know?
like to a degree, it does not fall on like at home fans or in the stadium fans. I think it falls on the corporation.
So I think
because
going back to what you said,
forfeiting games.
I feel like it's not
crazy.
It's not a build it and they will come type of situation.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Like if it's
you got to push.
in order for you to build it and they will come, it has to be something like the big three.
Right.
It has to be like names
something
that people
transcendent.
still want to see.
And now I was gonna say that. Think back to when the WNBA first started. It's 3 names that come to mind: Rebecca Lobo, Cheryl Swoops, and Lisa Leslie.
Tina Thompson.
See,
I don't know who that is.
Teresa Witherspoon.
Nope.
Tisha Pinachero.
Nope.
It's like y'all really gotta. It's crazy, and it's like those are the people they push. Cause Cheryl Swoops, she ended up getting her own shoe. She got recently inducted to the Hall of Fame. Tina Thompson played all them years. Tina was like a big that could like dribble, and she played for the Comets. I think it was like the Houston Comets. And she played. She can dribble.
So she got an
she
archetype.
was shooting the 3, and she's inducted into the Hall of Fame.
I think she got an archetype on NBA 2K19. I mean, no, NBA Live 2019.
And it's like on top of that, like these women go off to coach college teams.
Yeah.
Shout out to Pat Summitt.
Pat Summitt, rest in peace. God bless the dead.
When did Pat Summitt pass?
A couple of years ago, she had Alzheimer's.
Oh,
maybe like
rest in peace to Pat Summitt.
So that like, it's just insane. Like the standard that you try to hold them to, and then you pay them so little, and then they make most of their money overseas. So the WNBA really, literally is. Y'all come here, y'all play for 3 months, right? 3-4 months. And then y'all got to go overseas. Y'all don't get to kick it with y'all family at all because
we seen that in Love and Basketball.
Yes.
Yeah.
And
they were playing in Italy.
Understand, like, I grew up in a time, I grew up in a time where I literally got to watch NBA players go on strike because they wasn't getting the money they felt like they should have.
Yeah.
80 million.
See, but that's based on
like y'all going on strike for.
But that's based on revenue.
These people not even getting 15. You're not even making as much as a police officer.
But the NBA was basing those lockouts on the amount of revenue that the league was generating.
Yeah.
Yo, that's fine, but at some point we can't say like we can't think that's acceptable and give the women like, here you go. So like here's $5.
So let me ask you a question. Let me
no.
Go ahead.
To counter what you're saying.
Yeah.
Devil's advocate right now.
Right.
You have to make the money that you want me to give you. Like if you want me to give you $1 million a season, you have to bring in $250 million a season.
Just like with the NBA.
So I can afford to give you $1 million.
Yo, but you gotta help me do that.
Check it out. In the NBA,
if you're an investor, you gonna help me or not?
Let me drop something that I think is vital to this conversation and what Tone just brought up. In the NBA, there are generationally transcendent players that cannot be denied, right?
Yeah.
It was Magic Johnson. It was Dr. J. It was Allen Iverson.
We got
It was
Larry.
Michael Jordan.
We got Mike.
It was Larry Bird. It was Shaquille O'Neal.
Yeah.
It's LeBron James.
We got Kobe. Like
it's
100%.
like these are undeniable. You must see them play before it's over with.
But guess what? You got Courtney Vandersloot, who just did over 300 assists in one season.
Did she dunk?
She doesn't dunk. But guess what? As a point guard, I'm not a point guard. But as somebody who respects
Steve Nash throws alley oops.
Oh, she can do that.
Okay. So how many?
She can do that. But guess what? She ain't got no turnovers.
If I'm not a basketball fan,
I
want to see people dunk.
Yeah, but that's like shallow minded.
I'm just saying. How many people you think look at stats though?
But I mean, like you're naming people like you're a real fan.
You're naming legitimate
players. That's
why
it's like frustrating. You got Allie Quigley,
and you're naming
who
stats
is winning like 3-point.
But like me,
All-Star contest, easy.
You telling me about these 3-point contests and assists, I'm not gonna go on YouTube and watch her assist.
Yeah,
I'm gonna go on YouTube and look for the dunks.
Yeah,
but guess what? Go watch her dish that bitch. Like, go watch her.
I'm not denying that she don't have skills. I'm just saying, like, this is the reason I think, because if you watch a man dunk on another man or a woman dunk on another woman, that's like, oh, like seeing a knockout in boxing.
Yeah.
It's undeniable.
I seen a girl dunk on a guy on a little bouncy thing on
Geeked
South
you.
Beach and
Geeked
Venice Beach,
you.
and I was like, oh.
Yo, I'm not gonna lie to y'all.
yeah.
The dunks in the WNBA honestly don't even impress me the way Courtney Vandersloot's passes impress me.
Mm-hmm.
This lady can pass through a football team full of people.
Yeah, you know, because
I guess-
Jason Kidd was a draw, but he ain't had shit on
my
Vince Carter.
God.
Yeah.
And you know,
yeah,
people be like,
yeah.
oh, like,
You can watch Jason Kidd throw dimes all day. It's the most beautiful display of the
It's
game of basketball ever.
magical.
But Vince Carter come in and do a 360 windmill.
With that pass.
Who is Jason
but they're not
Kidd?
even doing that. Like Brittany Griner coming off the drop step dunk, like that's not impressive. Opposed to Courtney, who is like not looking at you and just,
I think it's
here
just
you are with a
Who was
basket.
that? Pistol Pete? That was the guy
Pete Maravich.
in the NBA who was like the first crazy passer.
He was dribbling with 2 hands and shit.
Mike
yeah.
Williams,
Yeah.
White Chocolate.
Yeah.
It's crazy. So my thing is like, I mean, they gotta
So
do
I
more.
guess
They
the
just gotta
moral
do
of
more.
this story is
Mm-hmm.
tune into the WNBA,
Tune in,
y'all.
for sure.
You know what I'm
For
saying?
sure though.
Because without the support from the fans, the players are never gonna get the money they deserve.
Yeah.
Ever.
And it's never gonna grow to what it needs to be.
Right. I mean,
You know
yeah,
what I'm
because
saying?
at the end of
It's
the day,
like-
I know
So you put the WNBA with the MLS, right?
yeah.
Mhm.
What's the one thing that the MLS had that the WNBA didn't have?
Cristiano
David Beckham.
Ronaldo. Oh, David Beckham.
David
You know what I'm
Beckham.
saying? David Beckham
true.
came from being a mega
He was
superstar.
transcended, undeniable.
Like David Beckham, when David Beckham came to the MLS,
Mm-hmm.
David Beckham was more famous than the MLS.
Yeah.
Therefore, making the MLS something solid. Like, okay, now I want to go buy a Chicago Fire hat or a jersey.
It's
or
like
something.
LeBron James. Like LeBron James was more famous than the NBA when he came in.
There's no more.
LeBron was famous from high school.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
no, but he wasn't more famous than the NBA.
Yes, he was.
Nah, hell no.
Okay.
You already had, when LeBron came into the NBA, you had Allen Iverson. You had, you know what I'm saying? And right now, Allen Iverson is like OG God. You know what
I'm
I'm
not
saying?
going. I'm not.
Iverson.
I'm
Y'all
not going to
remember-
debate you.
y'all
I'm not going to
remember
debate you on
Mulan?
it because
There's no way that one NBA player.
look. So I'm not going to debate you on it because we'll be here all day. But in my opinion, when LeBron was in high school,
Mhm.
that was all everybody was talking about.
When he makes it to the NBA. Yeah.
When
Right.
he makes it to the NBA,
Y'all remember, like-
it was LeBron. Oh, this guy's in high school.
Yeah.
He's going to the
Like
NBA.
you're not talking
Yeah,
about
shut
the
up.
off. You're not talking about the NBA off season. You're
Mhm.
talking about this high school kid.
Yeah, but the only reason you're talking about this high school kid is because you're looking forward to watching him in.
You know how I gauge? You know how I gauge popularity?
Mm-hmm.
Betting. People were betting on LeBron's high school
people
games.
were still betting on NBA
I
games.
bet
at
you it was
the
more
same
people
time.
betting on LeBron.
I mean,
bet
we
you.
don't have to
That
keep
is-
discussing this
Yeah,
because y'all
yeah.
gonna go back and.
That-
That's why I'm saying I don't want to debate it because we'll
That's
be
a
here all
ludicrous,
day.
Ridiculous accusation.
Luda.
I'm not standing for
All right,
this.
let's get into some real shit, man.
Yeah,
What we
man.
got next?
Well, you know who
You're-
does know?
Who that?
The guy that knows everything.
6ix9ine.
Oh,
Rainbow
wow.
Dan.
Snitch 9.
Let me put my thinking cap on.
All right, can I start out?
Okay.
You
When
know
six-
what really happened in 9/11?
6ix9ine no. Shit, we don't know, but 6ix9ine no. Hey, let me tell y'all something. When all this shit first came out and they were like, yo, like, this what's going on with 6ix9ine. Ooh, like, all this came out last year.
Yeah.
My thing was, at the point where you're, like, setting up to kill my mom, at the point where, like, you trying to rob my crib with my daughter in it, I'm telling on everybody. I don't got a loyalty to nobody besides this my mama. Wait. Peep this. This my mama. Y'all trying to set up to kill my mama. Y'all put a hit out on my mama. You love your mama?
Yeah, but I mean, this don't apply. to
Yeah,
me.
that's like.
Yeah. No, peep. So when I first found out about everything, I was like, yo, like, I love my son. Like, I got to keep my son safe. I got to make sure my son's straight.
That's the better
I love
example.
my mama. I got to make sure my mama's straight. Lady gave me life. She always made sure I was situated. So if it comes down to it and y'all like, yo, like, you need to snitch on these niggas because also what came out last year was his crew tried to set him up to kill him
So.
on top of killing his mother and putting his child in harm. So I was like, you got to do what you got to do. I don't fault you for snitching. Right now, it's not looking real good. I ain't gonna lie to
Okay.
y'all.
So allow me to retort. I would
Yeah.
say this, right? When you join a gang,
Big
you
facts.
are a willing participant in all gang activities, which
And-
includes people trying to possibly extort
Kill
you,
your mother.
kill you, or kill your mother. Now, in a case where there is no excuse for snitching, because if somebody's trying to kill your mother, as a gang member and a street nigga, you kill them.
That's it.
Facts. That's what it
You
comes
don't
down
go
to
to the police for anything.
That's what it comes down to.
You handle your BI. Right. You are the authority in every situation in your life.
Yeah.
There is no excuse for cooperating if you are a so-called street nigga.
Yeah, and the craziest thing I heard was him snitching on somebody who he paid to
hit somebody. Yeah.
Like, I gave you money for this, and then now I'm gonna go tell the police that I gave you money to go do this.
6ix9ine shit. So you remember when it came out last year? It was like,
Uh-huh.
just a bunch of like not real. Like there was just a bunch of headlines, and it was like the NYPD is trying to get Treyway, so they gonna get 6ix9ine. And he gonna snitch on everybody because Treyway is actually a street gang in New York that's really doing a lot of damage.
The 9 Trey Bloods.
But what we knew about 9 Trey Bloods was they showed up to his video shoot with Nicki, and they were trying to kill him there. They showed up to a restaurant on his birthday. They tried to kill him there. They showed up to a bunch of different things, and they were really trying to put a hit out on him and stuff like that. Yeah. So we knew
as he should have,
that.
though. As he should have had a hit on him.
Yeah.
Yeah, that nigga
he was
wild.
disloyal
was
to the game.
Yeah.
He was very.
He was annoying.
But that's what.
So
rap
now
music
we know
is, though.
what. Now what do we know?
I mean, we know this. New York has the infamous snitches. The most infamous. New York got some ratty We went from Nicky Barnes to fucking
to Frank Lucas.
Yo, wild.
You can just be snitching.
Look. So I want to say.
Look.
No, that's
Little
bad,
potato
right?
knows a roach.
Yeah. So look, I would like to say that me being from the hood, I'm out of K-Town, right? So I know numerous of people that do numerous amounts of things.
Mm-hmm.
Under no circumstances, it's 2 things that never happen, right? You never let an outsider in, and you never let inside information out.
Preach.
And the reason why I'm playing this song, you know what this is?
No such thing as halfway crooks.
No.
Nope, I don't know.
Do you know what this is?
I'm 25.
Okay. All right.
Nah, that don't mean shit. Because I went back and listened to MF Doom.
Check it out.
Yesterday.
I'm now we're out of alcohol.
That have your whole crew.
Huh? I can't get to
Is this what's happening?
Yeah. Yeah,
That's
man.
That's Dr. Dre. It's Dr. Dre.
So, what's up
I'm
with
25.
What's up with one?
Can I have one as well? Yeah, but that's the thing that tripped me out is
that's what got me with the James Jones.
Yeah, with Jim Jones.
His name ain't even James.
It's Guillermo.
No.
It's Guillermo.
It's Guillermo. His mama didn't know how to pronounce it, so she called him Jomo.
No. His name's not Jim. His name is not James. It's John. It's like John Jones or some shit.
No, his name is Guillermo.
Jones.
No.
Okay.
His mother named him Guillermo.
I left my phone at home, man. His
mother named him Guillermo. Man. She said it.
Jim Jones' real name. Shout out to me and my life.
Yeah, but anywho.
Joseph Guillermo Jones
Joseph Jones. So it's not Jim, it's Joseph.
All right.
His mom calls him Guillermo. Right. Have you seen them on reality shows?
Matter. Your first name on your your first name on your birth certificate is your first name.
I'm gonna call him what he calls himself.
Call this man Mr. Smells Like Butt. His name is not Mr. Smells Like Butt.
Anywho,
he looking like
look. That's beyond the point. So I say everything, and I played that song to say this, right? Like this is a real gangster enterprise. A bunch of gangsta ass niggas doing a bunch of gangsta ass shit.
Yeah.
They thought they hit a lick by finding this kid that wanted to be put on, and they was gonna juice him, right?
Facts.
Regular shit. Any rapper in the hood, you got street niggas that you be holding to.
Easy finesse.
For any rap nigga that's in the ghetto, they see you making money. Oh, we got you. Just woo. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Now, saying that, I would say that, man, I think that this kid, because let me ask you a question. When the first time you heard of Rainbow Dan? When the first time you heard it?
So
was it Gummo?
Shouts out to Emo. Emo came through like, I need to record this song on this beat.
Mm-hmm.
And I recorded it for him. And then I'm like, man, let me go back and listen to this. What the fuck is Gummo? Like, I know what the movie is, so let me see if this sounds like the movie, you know? And I was like, oh, okay, I see what it is.
Mm-hmm. Breezy, first time you heard a Rainbow Dan. That's what we call him here.
But you silly. Don't get dumb.
So you got caught. So you caught on late.
Late, super late,
Yeah.
super late. And I saw it on Facebook, and I was like, I hate this nigga.
So that's even better. That's even better.
Yeah.
So we got this dude that supposedly built his fan base in Japan and in overseas, right?
Yeah.
Come to America, instant star, instant sensation.
Mhm.
Not only that, but he is around all kinds of gang members doing all kinds of gangster shit.
Yeah.
Right now,
Facts.
if you remember, Rainbow Dan had a child sex case.
Yeah.
Oh, see,
Yeah.
I
They
was
gave
caught
the
on
man
before the silly
they gave
song.
him community service.
Uh-huh.
So I say all that to say,
He
I
been
think
snitching.
I think he was the feds from the beginning, and it was applied by the hip hop police to infiltrate an infamous gang and take it down from the inside out.
So I don't know. Well, you're right.
Oh wow.
You was a nasty
Did
motherfucker.
you just see that? Y'all just see that shit?
You nasty as hell.
If there was Hennessy here next week we will have Hennessy.
Oh,
Guys.
you're not putting Hennessy in the Red
Take that
Bull with the-
timestamp. Take that time.
I can't, man. I don't know how to
The bar, just get the bar number. God damn it.
Yeah.
Next week we'll
God
have
damn
Hennessy.
it.
God damn it, get the bar number.
1075.
So, so look, right? I think he was a fed from the jump.
Are you falling asleep?
Cause it's like, all right, how do you explain him catching charges, right? And that shit just being swept under the rug. Cause we seeing Jeffrey Epstein. We seeing
Yeah.
R. Kelly.
But I mean, this is
The
one.
thing about this nigga
is one
is-
girl. You know.
The thing
like,
about this nigga is he don't lie. Cause he ain't like retarded or whatever, but that nigga don't lie. If y'all watch his breakfast, like once he gets comfortable,
But why would you
he
lie
just
if you the,
say anything. He say everything. He say the truth. He say his truth.
But if you the
So if
feds,
you
why would
watch
you
his-
lie? You don't
he-
have to.
If you watch his Breakfast Club interviews,
But I mean, he's
he
not,
just get out there and he start talking because he comfortable with them. He just start talking about everything. So if you've watched his 2 Breakfast Club interviews, you
Mhm.
see like everything that he's ever talked about, it's come out to be true.
Yeah. He has like.
Once
he's
he get
always
comfortable, he just
snitched
spill
on
the
himself.
beans. He's always snitched on himself, and he has no shame.
So
That's
you
one
remember
thing about
I
it.
guess-
If you ain't got no shame, you ain't got no reason to lie.
I guess the one thing that is messing me up, if you gonna snitch and you're gonna be that New York style snitch and you're gonna snitch, then snitch. But
Never heard.
don't
snitch on
just
himself.
start, you know what I'm saying, naming
Yo,
random
he
people.
throwing everybody under the
You know what I'm
bus.
saying? Yeah, I seen him. He threw fucking Chick-fil-A under the bus.
Yo, I seen this. I seen this meme on
Nigga threw
Facebook.
Blockbuster video under the
Yo,
bus.
I seen this meme on Twitter. It was like, "Yo, Judge, you got 5 to 7 years, 6'9". Well, do you know the Muffin Man? Like, that nigga say everything.
Yeah, man. Like,
but
like Jim Jones is unnecessary.
But Jim
Trippie Redd,
tweaked.
Unnecessary.
Did you listen to
Like-
the? Did you listen to the Jim Jones
You read
conversation?
the transcript, right?
Yeah.
Yo, let me tell you something. Jim is smarter than that. Guillermo, you're smarter than that. And this nigga was on the phone like, you
So-
got to kill all the security. You got to kill all these people. You got to make sure they don't have guns. If they do have guns, it's still illegal. You talk too much.
So-
and you smarter than that.
So Breezy, let me tell
Yeah.
you something. The last time Jim Jones was in trouble, I said the exact same thing. Jim
Yeah.
Jones is smarter than that. You remember
Yeah.
that?
Yeah.
That's when he got locked up riding in the car with some.
You would bring his chair. I thought he finna fall asleep and just
Bring it where? Bring it where?
like
Up, so
So if he does fall forward, it's just like
a light little face rest.
Yeah, but you remember last time we had a conversation about Jim
Oh,
Jones
he
getting in
weak,
trouble.
weak. Look at my man.
We said we said the same thing. Like, man, Jim Jones is smarter than that. But here we are.
yeah. When this, in the words
Is he
of
proving to us
Miss
that he's
Oprah
stupid?
Winfrey,
Uh-huh.
when somebody tells you who they are,
Billy-
believe them.
I just want to say Maya Angelou actually said that.
Did she say that? Oh yeah, yeah,
Did
yeah.
she say it to
Yo,
Oprah?
Yeah, she did. Yeah.
That's hilarious, bro.
She didn't say it to Oprah. I was wrong. It was right interview, wrong person talking.
no.
Thank you. That's why we need a third person, man.
Hey, Breezy ass is dying right now. 2-cup Breezy, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, it's that beer and Red Bull.
Beer and Red Bull.
Yo, Hold on.
Wings coming out of your butt.
Oh my god.
Hell no. But
That's golden.
but yeah. So they saying that at the end of the day, he can fuck around and after everything is done. Cause he's up.
My back hurt. My ribs hurt. Everything is in pain.
So-
My fucking legs shaking.
What people don't understand is he's doing all this testifying not to get reduced time because he's already been sentenced.
No, he ain't gonna get no time.
No, I know. I'm
He's
just
trying
saying
to
that
not get no time.
he's been sentenced already.
And he's been in jail for like a year. He's
Yeah.
already done
There's
like
a
a
life
year.
sentence
but
that he has to serve.
but in
as a snitch.
exchange for his cooperation, it could be time served.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But I'm just thinking like, man, this was the goal the entire time, and this is the evolution of the hip hop cops. Because think about this. Not only the people he mentioned, think about how many people are shaking in their boots because of what they said or done around this nigga.
Facts.
Yeah.
Facts.
You know what I'm
And
saying?
you know what I was thinking? Like, where the fuck could he go? He's an American citizen. Woo. But what Rahm Emanuel's brother didn't let out to the
Bless you.
to the very end was this guy is Mexican.
Mm-hmm.
He can go to Mexico.
And be
Like,
perfectly
like
fine.
he went down there already and passed out $1,000 bills.
Mhm.
Like, hey, I might have to live here one day. Remember me?
He can
Yeah.
cut his hair off and start over.
Like
if he
we've
wants
never
to.
seen
He has Jigsaw tattooed on his face.
Nah, he can get all that shit removed, man.
He can.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But we've this is unprecedented in hip hop. Now you remember the hip hop cops, right?
In hip hop, yeah. But
Side
not
note-
in
The
New York,
hip-
though.
The hip hop.
Side
That's
note:
crazy.
children are so disgusting.
Oh yeah, filthy
Having a
creatures.
kid is
Mhm.
gross.
Yeah,
Having the kid on the pocket.
but you'll lick the boogers off your kid face.
Yeah.
I would not.
Facts.
I've done it.
You just wipe them on your shirt. Yeah,
Look,
for
as
sure.
he-
That's
as
when
he-
I knew
look.
I was a real parent. I was like, "Come here."
As he explained it to me, when you see your nut come out as a human, everything changes. Your biochemistry
Everything
changes.
Yeah.
So I understand how you say it. I say nah now because I ain't.
yeah.
But
I can't fuck with no other kids, but my son need a cleanup. Like, that's me.
so are we
Yeah.
adjourned on Rainbow Dan?
we are.
Rainbow
man.
Dan, we're solid.
All right. What else we got? Are we talking Chapelle now?
Let's talk Chapelle.
Let's talk
Yeah,
Chapelle.
man. I got to get out of here in a few.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, I really like everything that Dave Chappelle said. You know what I'm saying? How, I don't know, because, right, on one hand, you got Fat Joe, right? And he's like, we're all African. Everything's African. It all comes from Africa. You know what I'm saying?
Shouts out to Fat Joe.
But then
Shouts
on
to
the
Fat.
other hand, you got Dave Chappelle,
Joey Crack.
who's like, you see a rainbow, but I see red, yellow, blue, green. You know what I'm saying? Like, the colors, each individual color of the rainbow, each letter has its own woo-woo.
Right.
And I love the way he started the shit off. Like, I'm going to do two impressions.
With the yeah.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, I impersonate white people writing the Constitution, then I'm going to impersonate y'all.
Okay.
You know, like, it straight started it off with the troll, let them know whatever you say online is going to sound like, nah. You know? And he gave him that, and then he hit him with everything. But he spoke about the colors of the rainbow in a way that only a black man could do it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, respectfully, calmly, and with the finesse in the clapback. Like, any clapback, any reaction he got from the crowd, it was an instant clapback and right back to me.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Talking about it. It was nobody like, oh, but what about this?
Yeah.
And what about that? Well, you can't say that because this. And it was just like, nah, look, I'm going to explain it to you. And you going to know. You know? Yeah.
So I would like to say that I was thinking about, because I had a conversation about the special, and that the particular joke where he was talking to the quality control person at Comedy Central, and it was like, man, you can say nigga, but you can't say the F word. We are on YouTube. I don't want to get this video tanked. So it was the N word versus the F word, right? I've learned my lesson. So look, I think that particular part, matter of fact, the whole special, man, was Dave Chappelle's interpretation of the I Have a Dream speech. Well, not necessarily the I Have a Dream speech, but the teachings of Martin Luther King. Because if you look at what he was saying, she was like, Dave Chappelle, you can't say the F word. And he was like, why not? She was like, because you're not gay. But then he was like, wait, I'm not a nigga neither.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
I think that joke, people miss the woods by looking at the trees. They looking at him yelling the F word, but they're not realizing what he's saying is injustice anywhere is a threat to justice everywhere.
Hey, that was my Angelo, man.
You sure it wasn't Oprah, nigga? Bro, that shit made me so.
Yeah, man, but
I
the
was like in tears.
and in the conversation that I had, I broke through that revelation, and then I had another one. You know, we was talking about people being a protected class, right?
Mm-hmm.
So when they talk about certain groups being a protected class, I always think about the classes that aren't protected, right? And that's like beyond the point of the whole conversation. And what I figured out is it's like a group of people standing in a circle screaming Black Lives Matter. And I come in, no, all lives matter. Like, nigga, duh, but you like missing the whole point.
Yeah.
Right.
So it's like in that regard, I understand. But as far as what Dave did, he basically put things in perspective. Like, man, we can't attack this injustice without attacking all injustice.
Yeah.
So while y'all getting y'all protected status, it's a whole nother group of endangered species out here that we ain't talking about no more.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
You know,
That's what I
and
got
that's
from
the
it.
and that's the whole color blindness thing. Like this whole we're trying to raise a colorblind generation, and
I don't want that.
you know what I'm saying? Like I went to school with a lot of different races. You know what I'm saying? When I was in grade school, it was, Indian people, there was all sorts of Latinos, and it was all different kinds of black people. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, like I went to school with, a guy named Tolu, and a guy named Hassan, and a guy named Demetrius.
And a guy named Fuck.
Well, I'm talking about grade school. Like this is like in your growing years. By the time you get to high school, it was like, yeah, we went to the United Nations of high schools.
Yes, we did.
Like,
yes, we did.
But
I definitely did that for elementary
Shouts
school
out to
and
the
high
goose
school.
holding it down. Yeah. Next generation.
You ready to go to sleep, huh? You got a party to go to. You're the man of the hour.
Yes, you are. Yes, you are. All right, so let's get closing thoughts on the Chappelle special.
I think it was great. I think I am completely lost on all the extra letters of the LGBT.
Yeah.
Elemental P.
Ain't
He only
it
went
AC
to
or
T.
something?
You notice how he only went to T.
Yeah.
He didn't
Because
do the
all
Q
the other
or
letters,
the.
like, what is y'all doing?
So now
No, he did do Q. He did queer.
No, he didn't.
No, he
He
didn't.
No, no.
LGBT.
Yeah.
When he
And
was
the
like,
rest.
man, I'll fuck everybody in this car, man. Who was that?
That's G.
LGB.
No,
No,
B,
that
B,
was-
B.
Oh, I
I don't
can't
know.
remember. I can't remember.
LGBT.
Yeah.
It's B.
But I thought he mentioned Q too.
And
No.
questioning
Oh.
people
Now what?
and confuse people and all that. Like, I personally don't have the interest. I feel like right now I can say that in confidence. Like, I don't have the interest to dive into it mentally. My girl is like
This is
100% willing to.
It's
So
LGBTQIAPK.
look.
It's like,
This
what the
is
fuck?
my thing.
It's a
This
lot.
is my thing.
It's gonna keep
If
getting
you're
longer.
Confused. If you're confused,
I'm not confused. I don't care.
No. If you're confused about your sexuality, chances are you're never gonna talk to me about sex because you're confused.
Facts.
You don't know what you want. So we're not going to talk about sex. We're going to talk about the fucking sandwich from Fiore's. We're going to
Anything.
talk about that shoe that's coming out. We're going to talk about the price of gas.
I
But
said
we're
that
not
on the way
going to
here.
talk about sex if you're confused about sex.
Facts.
Me and Breezy had that exact
We were
same
talking about it, and that's what I was
conversation.
saying. I was like, I don't really like who you fuck don't make me come, so I don't really care about like what you got going on.
And I'm concerned with my own sexuality and understanding myself.
I'm gonna treat
Yeah.
your ass the way I treat everybody else, and that's just with some dignity and some respect,
Yeah. See?
and the way I expect you to treat me. And like, we can call it a wrap. We don't gotta dive too deep.
So now my thing, like last night, this week I was at work,
Headphones coming. Oh,
and I
Time.
I was at work this week, and there's one dude that always comes in. He's always cool. I always chat with him, He came in, and then this other dude that comes in sometimes, but he be like faded when he comes in. So I don't, I ain't got no judgment to pass on him.
Right.
He whatchamacallit, they came in together. and they was all hugging on each other and kissing on each other, and I'm like, oh, okay, that makes sense.
Right.
It didn't change anything about how I see either one of them.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's just, oh, okay, you sex with that person. You know what I'm saying?
Simple.
Yeah. But I'm not going to talk to you about sex because I haven't been talking to you about sex for the last year that I've seen you every night.
Right.
Or once a week, you know?
Yeah. So,
So like the whole Alphabet Boys. Remember when? Nah, see, you see
I
how
love
soft
the fucking term Alphabet Boys.
You see how soft America is getting? Because when Dave Chapelle says Alphabet Boys, we're talking about a bunch of people. We're talking about sex.
right, we're talking about fucking.
Yeah. But when Jeezy said Alphabet Boys back in 2004, it was
FBI,
CIA,
CIA,
FBI.
yeah, ATF.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, it was them, the Alphabet Boys, that's relevant to our struggle. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's our struggle. We're trying to stay out of jail and not, you know what I'm saying, stay away from those Alphabet Boys.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
The comedy Chappelle once did cannot exist in today's time.
You know?
Well, I feel like there'll always be a place for
Yeah.
Because, you know, we got Bill Burr, we got Joe Rogan, we got Dave Chappelle. I mean, we got Corey Holcomb.
I feel like
But
Dave
how
Chappelle
often are you gonna? Who wants to boycott every special? Who wants to pay attention to what somebody else got to say?
So
every special?
you know what was the point of the special that was paramount, and I forget who said it. I think Bill Burr said it. He was saying that you know, y'all getting offended at me talking about, you know, transgender people or the LGBTQ community, but y'all was laughing y'all ass off at these Asian jokes.
Yeah.
Y'all was laughing y'all ass off about these black jokes.
Yeah.
Y'all was laughing when I was talking about how goofy white people is.
Yeah.
Like, man, you can't choose to be offended by what offends you.
Yeah.
Either it's offensive or it's not.
And I think it was either Marlon Wayans or Tony Rock. It might have been Tony Rock on Sway in the Morning. Said, if you're offended by what I'm saying on this stage, then maybe I'm offended that you would come into my place where I'm coming here
good money
to say these things and you know what I'm gonna say because you came here to see me say this. I don't curse in front of my mama, but when I'm on the stage, I can say whatever the fuck I want to say.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? And you came here and you got disrespected by what I said, but you paid money to be here. Like, I feel
I didn't pay for you to come and see me.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm a comedian. I say the shit that's gonna make somebody in a room laugh.
Oh, and shouts out to Andrew Schultz from Brilliant Idiots fame and his own stand-up comedy. Man, dude is leading the way as far as not being restricted by what's going on in the world of comedy as far as offensive comedy. Like, man, he's letting it be what it is.
Facts.
It should always be what it is.
Yeah. So before we get out of here, man, we were talking about Candace Owens and T.I., right? So there's a video floating around of Candace Owens at a congressional hearing, and it was the same thing as far as the comments about slavery and white supremacy around the world, I mean, in America, right? And I think she spoke very eloquently, and a lot of people are going to miss this. And I was saying that I don't agree with everything anybody says, but when you got a point, you got a point. So if you guys would allow me, I would like to play this clip for you.
Run it.
Okay.
Say that I object strenuously to your use of the word hilarious. To me, this feels a lot like your reaction to being named in one of these manifestos. Now,
I thought Mr. Meadows was next.
Meadows, okay.
Mr. Meadows is next, then Mr. Clay, then to you, Mr.
Okay. Let's get straight to Candace.
Is that right?
that is correct.
And to have another witness insinuate something that is not accurate is just not appropriate, Mr. Chairman, for how witnesses are supposed to behave in front of this committee. I also think you didn't say it.
America.
Okay, here we
Subjects
go.
that matter as well, and maybe we should spend some time on those. Is that accurate?
That is correct, and they matter much, 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 much more. And I have said that. I said that in my opening, and I will say it again. You know that white supremacy and white nationalism ranks nowhere near the top of the issues that are facing Black America. And the reason that you are bringing them up in this room is because it is attempt to make the election all about race, as the Democrats
Not in
do.
my case, Ms.
Please don't
Owens.
cut
I'm
me
sorry.
off.
Please do not characterize my motive.
Mr. Chairman, it's my time.
Please do
It's
not
my
do
time.
that.
You've got your time, Mr. Meadows. I'll give you 3 more seconds.
Every 4 years, you bring up race, and you knew exactly what I meant when I said hilarious, and you just tried to do live what the media does all the time to Republicans, to our president, and to conservatives.
That's a
You
sister
tried
talking.
to manipulate what I said to fit your narrative, okay? I was not referring to the subject matter that is hilarious. I said it's hilarious that we are sitting in this room today, and I've got 2 doctors and a missus, and nobody can give us real numbers that we can respond to so we can assess how big of a threat this is. Because you know that it is not as big of a threat as you are trying to make it out to be so that you can manipulate. And the audacity of you to bring up the Christchurch shooting manifesto and make it seem as if I laughed at people that were slaughtered by a homicidal maniac is, in my opinion, absolutely despicable. And I think that we should be above that. To try to assign reality or any meaning to a homicidal maniac writing a manifesto, which, by the way, let the record show, also stated Spyro the Dragon, the child's cartoon, as a source of inspiration. He also cited Nelson Mandela as a source of information. I don't think that Nelson Mandela has inspired mosque shootings. You can correct me if you think I'm wrong. You would rather assign meaning to a homicidal maniac than to actually address the things that I said today that are actually harming Black America. Number 1, father absence. Number 2, the education system and the illiteracy rate. Illegal immigration ranks high, abortion ranks high, white supremacy and white nationalism, if I had to make a list again of 100 things, would not be on it.
One more thing I
This
wanted to get
hearing,
off.
in my opinion,
man,
is
because
a
it's
farce,
talking a
and
lot,
it's
man.
ironic that you're sitting here and you're having
But shouts
3
out to Colt.
Caucasian
Wait.
people testify and tell you what their expertise
Just
are.
missed it.
In my opinion, is a farce, and it is ironic that you're sitting here and you're having 3 Caucasian people testify and tell you what their expertise are. Do I know what my expertise are? Black in America. I've been Black in America my whole life, all 30 years, and I can tell you that you guys have done the exact same thing every 4 years ahead of an election cycle, and it needs to stop.
All right.
Shouts out to Colt
Whew,
for
that was a
deciding
lot.
to stop making the AR-15.
Shouts out.
Shouts out to Colt
That was a lot.
for deciding to stop making it.
That was a lot.
That's
all
another
I can
conversation.
think.
Yeah. But I the reason why I played the long form of that clip is because imagine if T.I. hadn't a cut off at the summit and she was allowed to say that. How much differently the hip hop community would look at Candace Owens.
All she said was, "Hey, white man, I'm a black woman." That's all she said right there.
All
Like,
T.I. said was, "You started with some bullshit," and she got the
did.
crowd in the uproar.
Look, whether you started with some bullshit or not, it's not going to take away from the fact that you're sitting in a room full of white men telling them about being black in America and that their whiteness doesn't.
But
can
she was
never
sitting in
tell
a
them.
room of Black people
Yeah,
trying to
and if you
raise
start
some
with
point.
Some bullshit, then you started off with some bullshit.
See, that's not fair though,
No.
man.
That's not fair.
That's not fair at all.
No,
And
see,
that's misleading. That's like a
and
false narrative.
The
Yeah.
only reason she went off on that tangent is because he made it seem like she laughed at the people getting shot in the church.
Yeah.
You know? And she wasn't laughing at the people getting shot in the church. She was laughing
But
at
guess
them.
what? T.I. gave her that same narrative
The
when he
same
cut her
thing.
off.
The
The white
same
man
exact
was
thing.
like, "You laughing at Black people," and she was like, "Nah, nigga, that ain't the case."
T.I.
was
"You're
like,
making
"You
light
started
of
with
slavery."
bullshit and you making it light," and she was like, "That's not the case." He got the fucking. The only difference is there were white people in the audience when she was talking to that white man, and they know to shut the fuck up. There were Black people in the audience when T.I. was talking, and Black people talk at church, so you know they gonna talk at a fucking. You know they gonna talk at a debate,
Yeah.
and that's the difference.
Yep.
I don't agree with everything Candace Owens says, but I've said it and I'll say it again. I feel like right now is the time to start having conversations that need to be had. We need to speak about what we don't agree with. We need to speak about how to respectfully coexist. We need to speak about, because guess what? If you don't like bananas and I don't like apples, we can agree on oranges.
We both like cherries.
We both like cherries. We both can eat strawberries, whatever.
We
Like,
both
we
like
have to have a
Corvettes.
conversation.
But you know,
Yeah,
but
we
you know
have to have a
T.I.'s
conversation.
motto is us or else,
Yeah.
which is kind of one-dimensional.
Like, if your ass don't like
In a
apples, I can't
three-dimensional
fuck with you,
world.
bro.
It's not.
I can't fuck with you.
Because I see nothing wrong with white people wanting to have a white nation and white nationalism. Because at the same time, I'm from the west side of Chicago with all of the black brothers, well, the Black Panthers and the, you know what I'm saying, the motherfuckers that was trying to start the black nationalism movement
Yeah.
and get us educated and fed and clothed and ready to enter the financial market.
See, and I can agree with that, but to say us or else, you're putting yourself at a disadvantage because you have to look at all of the black people that have made it behind the wall, which would be your or else.
Facts.
You don't know what they have to offer, but you know they with them, so you're like, no.
If it was up
They
to
have
T.I.
nothing
and we
to
had a
offer.
race
See,
war,
that's
he would
what
kill
it is.
Candace Owens.
And that's what I'm saying. Like, we act like Colin Powell wasn't the Secretary of Defense behind George Bush. We act like Maxine Waters don't work for the state, which works for the government.
What about Condoleezza
Condoleezza Rice, like all of these people are black
Candy
people
yams.
that have something to offer from the perspective of the black experience. So to cut them off, I think it's unwise and it's uninformed to do.
But
Yeah.
now, what are the? See, that's the problem though. It's like the generational wealth. You know, like once you've made it in this political arena, because everything is politics. The whole country is run by lawyers. Yeah. But once you make it in the political arena, it's like you don't want to get your political card revoked. Like the political card is way more powerful.
Oh, you got to
than
play the
black
game.
card.
You got to play the game.
Like, fuck the black card when it comes to
Yeah.
that political card. So when the race war starts, I'm a politician.
yeah.
I'm not a black person. I'm a politician. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
I'm going to stick with these politicians that's going to keep me alive and maybe take me into their mountainside bunker. You know what I'm saying?
And, I don't. It's
And it's not about, all right,
But I
Colin
guess
Powell.
you would agree. You would agree though that there is nuance inside of this situation, right?
Yeah, but
Okay.
I feel like,
Like we can't be black and white here when there is nuance.
yeah, but I
But you
feel
can
like
be black and educated and have a different opinion.
you can. Like the guy.
And I feel like that's Candace Owens.
I mean, I don't agree with much Candace Owens says, but
Yeah, I don't either, but
when there
we
is something
have
that
to
I can
speak.
agree with, I'm not gonna
disagree.
discredit her
Yeah.
just because
Yeah.
I don't agree with some things she does
Yeah.
Exactly.
or says.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So,
Mhm.
yeah, I mean, on that note, I have a sleeping baby in my hands.
Yes, you do. And his birthday party
Yeah.
is going to start in 41 minutes.
All right, so we
All
got to
right.
get up
And
out
I
of
got
here.
to go
man.
pick up some chicken.
All right, thank you guys
This
for
was
watching.
a great episode.
Yeah, this is a fun episode. Make sure you keep a lookout for us on Instagram, YouTube, Spotify, and SoundCloud.
Turn on your
Hey, man.
bell.
Two things for the ladies.
Okay.
One, please go out and support the WNBA.
Yeah.
Please.
And
Ladies
number
and
two-
men and everybody. If your kid plays basketball, like, do this.
And number two, shouts out to Greta. Because she been out here working her ass off. She literally just sailed the Atlantic Ocean in one of them little yachts.
In a
that's like
dinghy?
little tube. Yeah. To get here to speak at a UN conference about climate change. But the reason why she took the yacht was to leave a zero carbon footprint.
Look at
To
God.
get here from Europe to the United States. She's 16 years old. She got motherfuckers across the world cutting school on Fridays to bring awareness to climate change.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? And I feel like that fucking bee stung me because
You
they
got the
trying
Sherman
to tell
Klump
us
hand.
something.
This
They
nigga
trying to
is
tell us
like
something.
Morphine right
Should
now.
watch the
You know what
happening.
I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
the bees are trying to tell us something. The whales are trying to tell us something.
Mm-hmm.
Like, shit's changing, and it's our fault, and they know it, and they coming for us.
Yep. So
So
and
protect your neck.
and we
Protect
gonna
your
have
neck.
a conversation about that Colt stopping the AI-15s too.
Yeah.
I don't want to leave that on the table. We're
Yeah,
gonna
man.
talk about that.
Shouts
We gonna
out to
talk
them,
about it.
man.
We also
Nah.
gonna talk about Hustler.
Look, all I'm gonna say on that right quick. Oh yeah, I gotta watch Hustlers this week.
Same.
But all I'm gonna say on that is, it was like when Colt read the same meme that I read. Was, damn, it took 90 days to ban e-cigarettes. Like, fuck it, I'm gonna just stop doing it. I'm gonna take it out the equation.
Okay. So I don't want to talk about this now, but I will say my constitutional rights are my rights, and they will not be infringed upon.
And that's the thing. If I make shirts and half the gangs in LA wear my blue shirt and half the gangs in LA wear my red shirt, if I decide to stop making red shirts, the red gangs gonna find red shirts somewhere else. They're still gonna wear red shirts because they need to
Facts.
wear red shirts.
Facts.
I just stopped making them.
I get that.
So what about the school whose color is red?
It
And you got the best price.
don't matter. I'm
See?
gone.
Yeah.
I don't want to fuck with them no more. It's not that I don't want to fuck with them. I don't want to make red shirts no more.
It's your right, but I got a problem with it.
Like,
So-
it's like You're like a Nicki Minaj fan right now. That's like, well, Nicki Minaj, you're not gonna make music anymore.
No.
I need more of your music.
You know what the difference is, right?
No, I don't.
All right.
Because you got Cardi B, you got Rhapsody, you got, what I'm saying, you got all these other, you got the female rappers, which would be the automatic weapons. Then you just got rappers in general, Asian, white, black, male, female, and that's just guns in general. But I stopped making this one gun. And you got a problem with it?
Yeah, it's because why?
Because I wanted to stop making a product that I'm known for making.
That's not a why. That's a what. Why did you stop making it?
Because I wanted to.
It's not good enough. As a consumer that supports your products, I need to know why.
So if Nike stopped making Air Force Ones right now, you would stop buying LeBrons?
I mean, if I need to know why. I need to know why. If you can't tell me why, I'm going to want to know why until you tell me why. That's all I'm saying. So let's get up out of here on that note because we'll be here all day, man.
Yeah, I think we gonna start the whatchamacallit.
All right. So what's that?
Oh,
what's that?
Wow.
Orlando police arrest a 6-year-old black girl for throwing a tantrum in her first grade class. The police handcuffed her and put her in the back of a police car and took her to a juvenile detention center where they fingerprinted her and took a mugshot. So we're gonna get up out of here.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
We gonna get Ivan L and Jansport Jack to chime in on that because they are from Florida, and those are our Florida correspondents.
Fuck Rainbow Dam.
Hey, I second that. So with that, what time is it?
Time to get back to the students, man.
I'm holding a baby.
Yo, follow us on everything.
Yes, sir.
Where y'all at? _somebody breezy. For the personal page, West Lennon Cobain for the fashion page.
Yep, at Chicago Fog.
And me, I'm from the west side of the biggest city in the Midwest.
Shit. Here we go.
ENONOMOS.
All right.
This nigga said.
Once again, what time is it?
Time to get back to the kids.
All right.
You're
100.